As an athletic coach, I'm always curious what my friends used to do if it used to be any other sport other than powerlifting, right? So one of my friends shared some former life Instagram posts from her just finishing after a couple swimming competitions that she did. And one of those posts made me want to make this video because I see this a lot when people think they're not good enough to compete or find other reasons to just talk themselves out of it, even though they really want to. And I don't want for this to be you. Okay, so let me read the post first and then comment on it. She writes, "This is my second competition this season. Well, in a lifetime, to be honest. I have improved my result by a whole 5 minutes and really hope that by the time I compete next time, I'm going to improve my time to finish by at least as much. If that happens, I would actually really love to get close to standing on the pedestal and winning, taking one of the top 3. But right now, I'm the 10th among women, the 29th total among all of the competitors. I want to thank everybody who swims worse than me and is not ashamed to join competitions like this. No joke. The post is in Russian, so I'm trying to translate it correctly. You keep my self-belief and desire to continue competing and just keep doing this sport. I am sending virtual hugs to everybody and love from all my heart. You're really cool. And lastly, I don't understand the European champions or high-level athletes who join competitions like this. Why do you do this?" So let's get into it. The main reason why I wanted to make this video is, I guess, shaming the people for joining competition for any reason. I don't think it's very cool. It's always a good idea to compete if you just want to. And the second part of it is, if somebody thinks you're not good enough, especially if you think you're not good enough, again, terrible reason not to compete. So here's my 5 reasons to compete in the sport of your liking. My sport is powerlifting. The majority of my clients do not compete though, right? I have trained bodybuilders. I have competed in bodybuilding, and there are reasons. There are good reasons to compete in those sports if you want to, right? So let's break it down. 5 reasons to compete in powerlifting or in any other sport. When I say powerlifting, just assume any other sport that you're currently into. Let's go. Number 1, I really could see myself when I was reading that post thinking, when I first competed, I'm going to tell you a story actually to lead into this. When I first competed, I was not very good. I was not horrible, but not very good either. And of course, when you compete for the first time, there's a lot of the unknowns of how the competitions are run. Where is the line? How do you get to where you need to get at the time where you're supposed to be there? So sometimes, the first competition is always crap. So you just need to go and get it out of the way. That's my number 1 tip, right? So I just competed when my coach told me, yeah, you should go pick one. You should compete. And right now that I'm a better athlete, I also compete when my coach tells me, because I'm always just kind of, I still, I'm a national level powerlifter. I'm one of the strongest vegan women on the planet. I still feel like I'm not good enough, and I could just get a little bit stronger and then compete, and a little bit stronger and then compete. I could just wait until, I break 800 pounds and then 900 pounds and then 1,000 pounds. I'm 12 pounds away from 900 pound, from 1,000 pound total. And I cannot wait to break that 1,000 pound total. Sorry, misspoke, 1,000 pounds. But, then it'll be something else. Then it'll be 500 kilos, and then it'll be something else, right? When I first started competing, I was like, oh man, I just want to qualify for the nationals, and I qualified. And I was like, oh man, I just can't wait. Maybe I should go to the nationals. And I went to the nationals. And then what? So this, and then what situation will chase you after you do the unthinkable, the what you have never expected you could do, and then you do it, and you almost like the buildup and the excitement for that thing that you thought you could never do, that you thought you were not actually ready for, but you just did it. That excitement is gone, right? You just did it. There's like the buildup, and then what, right? So you kind of feel empty and depressed after that. So that's not such a good feeling. So you need to always have a plan for after your competitions, but that is a topic for another video. So anyways, reason number 1 is your coach tells you you are ready. So right now that I am actually at a decent level, I just compete when my coach is like, how about you sign up for some competitions because you're losing the feeling of the platform. So yeah, that's when I notice I'm getting too lazy. You know, I'm having wine on more than one night a week. I'm eating not as, not necessarily the foods that would grow me as an athlete better. Like I'm eating more out and I'm eating more desserts. Not that those things are inevitably bad, but maybe I should eat like a solid breakfast and not just like skip it with some coffee and wait until I'm super hungry for lunch and then eat like chips before I eat lunch. You know, just not make very smart choices. Maybe I should make smarter choices. And having competition on the calendar will help me make those better, smarter choices. I know this for a fact. You sign up for something where you actually need to perform, it's like a test. Except you're doing this for yourself. It's not like you're going to graduate and, oh, thank you, this is your diploma, good job. You know, it's very easy. You can find a competition in your city for most sports if you live in the United States. And I guess in a lot of the countries, it's better than when it used to be, right? So reason number 2 why you should compete is because it is super fun. The camaraderie of other athletes, especially if it's a female-only competition. Like I said, I went to the nationals. I wasn't having as much fun outside of just the thought that I'm here, I'm in Vegas, I'm standing on the platform with the strongest of the strongest people in this country was just unbelievably exciting, you know, and then we went out and did the Vegas thing. So it was like an experience from another world. And then we all got COVID because everybody at the nationals in 2022 got COVID. That was fun. Anyways, before we got COVID, it was really fun. So it's just an experience. You know, you can get to the amusement park, you can go somewhere else, that you can go shopping. I guess you can do other things. You can do things that are self-destructive for fun, such as, you know, going drinking and clubbing every weekend, or you can do things such as just training hard and building up your strength to then do the thing. It's extremely fun, but also requires a lot of focus. But then there is a reward, as in you get to talk to a lot of these people that used to be doing the same. You can bond over your misery. You can talk to other women who are the age of your mother, and they are there. Or sometimes the women who are the age of your grandmother. Like at the women's competition that I did, the Ladies of Steel, last year, 2023, that was the most camaraderie I've ever seen. And I'm doing this competition again in 2024. So if you live in Columbia, South Carolina, it is is a day before Cinco de Mayo. So it's May 4th. Yeah, actually, let's find. So that medal over there on the pink ribbon with a skull on it, that's from the Ladies of Steel. Man, that meet was so fun. It was 2 platforms, all women. The youngest girl was definitely less than 10 years old. The oldest woman, I don't remember how old she was exactly. I asked, but I forgot. She was either like 72 or 76. And she was a mother of one of the girls. She was one of the girls who competes often. She was a mother of her fiance. Super cool. Just kind of, you see stuff like this and you're just so inspired. And everybody supports each other like, yeah, go get it, go crush it, go get that weight up. So I'm sure if you've ever run a marathon, if you've walked a 5K for charity, if you've done anything remotely, you know, athletic that also requires a certain start and end, and for athletes to have a crowd to be cheered on, it's just an immense amount of fun, right? And then you get a medal, or you get a participation medal, or you get like a little brochure saying thank you, or whatever. You don't have to like get a physical thing. It's just a feeling of being there. It's extremely fun, and it's just another thing to do outside of, going out and going drinking and going on vacation and going shopping and whatever else people do for fun these days. It's not Netflix and chill and video games. What else do we do that requires going somewhere and traveling for a weekend and just experiencing this thing with this completely new group of people, or most of the group of people is going to be new. Maybe some of them, from previous competitions and like Instagram training. What else do we do? Write down in the comments, because I don't know a lot of things. And it is really hard to make friends as an adult in the US, especially. It's a car-driven country. You're not just going to, like, in most cities, walk down the street and, talk to your baker and talk to your newspaper kiosk person and buy coffee from the same person. It's a little different. And that athletic community definitely supports friendship, supports building new relationships, and finding like-minded women. Number 3 reason you should compete in the sport of your choosing as an adult. I highly disagree with a friend of mine who said she's not grateful for people who are better than her showing up to that swimming competition, and here's why. When I qualified for the nationals, what is with my nose? Am I allergic to something? Sorry. Maybe I should walk a dog in a jacket next time when it's cold. So when I qualified for the nationals in 2022, I went up to New York. I had like a little me holiday. It was just a week in the city when I drove up with my dog. We walked all the parks and hung out, and I went to a music show and did some shopping and met with some friends. But before that, I competed. And I was extremely surprised that the national champion, a multiple times national champion, Danny Mello, was also there. And I was just shocked to see her at such a small meet. But her friend was organizing, and she blew everybody out of the water. Like, she squatted, benched, and deadlifted more than most guys at that meet. She won Best Female Athlete, of course. I got second. I was not upset. I was not upset to have seen her there. I saw her at the nationals after. She was also there to qualify for the nationals after a 3-year break. It was extremely inspiring. It was, yes, she kicked my ass, but the thing is, when you compete in whatever the sport, usually when it's a solo sport like that, you're kind of competing against yourself, right? So I was competing. I was trying to beat my old PRs. There was no way I was going to beat her because she's so much stronger, right? If I show up to some meet and then there's girls who are weaker than me, like, they can't just get it together and like add 50 pounds to their deadlift, even if they want to, right? So you can only do as well as you can that day, and that's it. And I think it's the same with swimming, right? That my friend was describing. It's not a team sport. You are just going at the pace that you can go. And you finish at the time that you have been training to finish. And if you don't do as well, we'll try again next time. But there's no beating the, European champion or the national champion or whoever very strong athlete shows up to the competition that you're also taking part in. And I think that's inspiring. I don't think that's a bad thing. I was extremely grateful to see strong people since the beginning of my powerlifting journey. At every meet, I would come in and I was like, yeah, I'm so strong. Like, I'm cool. Maybe I'll win my weight category. Maybe I'll beat the state record. And after I've competed maybe like once or twice, it really clicked with me that that's not what the sport is about. That's not what the competition spirit for me is about. It's just a check-in. It's a deadline for which I'm going to train hard, for which I have more reasons than not to keep my nutrition in check, to keep my sleep schedule in check, to really recover well and do my mobility and sauna every week. And I think if I did not see a lot of strong people, it would kind of be like, all right, well, I'm the best. Just give me my award and I'm going to go home. What's cool about that? Not much. Like, just to show up and sweep everything and know you're the best. I mean, I always want to see people who are more inspiring, who are stronger, who are better, because then I can see that if they did it, it doesn't mean that I can do it, but I can aspire to do it. That means I can believe it's humanly achievable, theoretically. Maybe not for me, maybe not with my genetics, maybe not because I started lifting later in life, but maybe it is. What if it is? I'm going to train hard and find out. That's inspiring. That's motivational. All right. We talked about 3 reasons. Reason number 4 is competition spirit. I guess it's kind of the same as reason number 2, which is just having fun. So yeah, people have fun in different ways and people make friends in different ways. So I combined that with number 2. Sorry. Here's your 4th one still. I'm still going to count them as 5. And if you find more reasons to compete, just drop them in the comments. And last reason number 5 is activism. And that is a big thing for me as a vegan athlete. I do not see a lot of vegan athletes in powerlifting yet, but I see more than before. And I have trained some, and I have coached some into their first powerlifting meet. And they have crushed their own expectations. All of them. 0 people that I've trained thought they were ready. Everybody thought they were not ready. Everybody thought they should have waited a little bit longer, gotten a little bit stronger. But they still competed, and they're very grateful that they'd have. They maybe took a break, and even if they're not competing now, they're thinking of doing it whenever they get stronger enough for their expectations to go out on the platform. But at least they did something that they could never have expected they could have done. And that's valuable. So just knowing that I actually inspired some people to go do that is insane to me. Well, it's not insane anymore. It was insane when I was starting this journey and people were finding some, old article or YouTube video or podcast with me on the internet and being like, hey, Katya, like, I live in Germany, but like, I saw that you did this. So I'm also a vegan athlete. Here's my diet. Here's my supplements. Can you advise me? And I'll be like, yeah, sure. Let's get this going. If you need a nutrition plan, if you need a meal plan, I would love to advise you. And it's hard to believe that people would just randomly find me like that on the internet. My SEO is not optimized. I definitely need to improve my marketing and get all of the systems perfectly flowing, but with so many things that I currently do, sometimes it's hard. So now there's more people reaching out. Now that I'm a member of Team Plant Built Vegan Strong, we actually have a really strong presence, right? We are the biggest vegan team in the world. And we do inspire a lot of people. People talk about our team. There's articles at the Business Insider from Nick Squires and Danny Taylor. I just got interviewed by a the biggest vegetarian magazine in Russia. My first international article, if you wish. I actually am very proud of that one. Do not know when it comes out. I'm reviewing the first copy of the text tonight, actually. So this video should come out probably within a week. So maybe sometime in March, the vegetarian.ru issue of my interview will come out. I'm getting sidetracked. Sorry about that. I think I highlighted the 5 reasons to compete that first came to mind. I did not mean to bash on my friend, even though I spent whole 20 minutes doing it. Sorry, girl. I'm not saying her name. But yeah, how about you tell me if you have ever competed in any sport as an adult, not as a child. As a child, it's easy. It's like all the kids are doing it, you do it, right? Have you competed in any sport as an adult? Do you plan on it? If you don't, do you feel like you're not good enough? And if you're not good enough, you get extra points if you comment why. If you comment, if I got rid of this, then I would compete. Then I'd be ready. Or, you know, if I got a little bit stronger, or if I didn't look like a fool when I bench press, or if I could bench press a plate as a woman, that's pretty considerable, I could not be ashamed to step on the platform. Or comment if something external is stopping you. Like, yeah, I see all these other strong women. I'm not as good as them. I'm just going to keep comparing myself to others. And yeah, what are you going to do? Psychology, that's what my brain does. So I'm not going to compete. And if you've never competed and don't want to compete, I also want for you to comment and say why. And tell me what else you do for fun as an adult, because like I legit am struggling. I have hiking with dog, hanging out with boyfriend, writing books and informational resources, and shooting YouTube videos after I set up my studio. Before that, it was setting up my studio and setting up the house. This took way too long, but we are here. So yeah, lifting, clearly, lifting, training, hanging out with friends, playing board games, going to sauna. What else do people do for fun? Comment down below. I gotta go eat a second dinner. I did 6 set of 6 of 150 kilo deadlift today, and I'm very tired. And it's my birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday to me. There should be some what I learned in 32 years of life video coming soon. Potentially after this one. I gotta stop talking. You have a good day.